is this? Managing moderators can support your channel's okay, well, I'm not interested in that right now. Thanks for the offer. Let's see if we can get the little monitor here in a position to help. Is that today? I'm not cooking bacon today, so it's definitely... Like, how long does it take the internet to catch up? There we go. Live. Yes, please. Turn the volume down a little bit. The old spinny wheel of doom. Oh, did I not? I probably don't have monetization going. My breakfast is not brought to you by anybody. Let me get in here and see if I can solve this post-mortem. Yeah, we got some sad looking potatoes. We're gonna have some sad hash browns if we're lucky. Oh, I can go in here. Save. I think I got it. I mean, hash browns and crinkled potatoes, it can't be that bad. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? The potato becomes... I don't even know. I'm not even sure what I'm saying right now. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get a commercial in the beginning. Let's reboot. Hit play. Try to hit it faster next time so we can get the ultimate... there we go. Credit card, one bank. Brought to you by credit cards. My breakfast. It's pretty funny, actually. Okay. Let's see if we can get it up on the monitor. Kitchen TV. Perfection. All right, there we go. Let's get some coffee going. I just realized that's what I need really bad. Like super duper badly. Super duper badly. Now I realize it's a holiday extended weekend. And a lot of people are doing their extended holiday weekend stuff, so. As am I, but my holiday extended weekend involves me eating breakfast on Sunday, so the live stream shall continue. I was just watching a video. It's just like just took me back in time for a second there. It was like a Joe Rogan video just came up with Tim Pool. It was like from a few years ago though. It's kind of wild. Just a little memory lane stuff there. Just remember how fun the world was a few years ago. And apparently, how nobody learned anything about who's telling you bullshit. That's the thing. It's like, oh my god. I mean, the episode that I was watching was referencing when Mr. Rogan got ill, and then he, very quickly was not ill. And how the media went after him as though he wasn't able to speak for himself and or had a bigger audience than they did. And it was just so wild. And there's a lot of shit going on and you kind of forget about some of this stuff. But that was a real one. When like the media who nobody believes because they're just a bunch of liars telling lies as they lie, made up a bunch of lies as though the dude couldn't just like, I don't know, go on his podcast and just speak words and they couldn't. I mean, just like, it's so wild. This shit is so crazy. It's like, I'm trying to think of. Obviously, there's a bunch of crazy shit going on right now. People are watching it happen in real time. You know, like, don't believe what you see, right? Until you see it, and then it's like, well, now that you've seen it, no, don't believe that either. Like, I'm still having a hard time getting past the. I'm trying to think. What did we collectively go through? Within a few days, we went through. Don't believe these videos you see. Oh, that is not going to work. I need a better peeler. Hold please. We gotta step our peeler game up. This one's pretty clean. I peeled some cucumbers last night with it, so how dirty could it actually be? This one's a little more aggressive. Make sure we get the big chunks off. So within like a week or two, we went from don't believe these videos that you're watching. They're not real. They're... Oh, this is not going well. Those are... What do they call them? They call them... cheap... They made up some cheap fake. Is that what they tried to tell people? Those are cheap fake videos. And it was like, what? They're what? These videos that are real videos aren't real videos because what they show you don't want us to see? That's a cheap fake? Yeah, that's a real thing. These are deceptively edited videos where, like, I think they're just videos. They're just videos of shit that was happening for real. It's a cheap fake. I was like... Do you suppose you're ever going to hear the word cheap fake again? Do you think that boat's gone down the river? Is that water under the bridge at this point? The cheap fakes? I mean, it's just like... I'm surprised they didn't come out and say that the debate the other night was a cheap fake. That 90-minute debate was a cheap fake. It's just like, my God. I think one of the things I learned this week. I learned that jet lag apparently lasts 13 days. I didn't know that about jet lag. I'll be honest with you. I've done international travel and I have suffered jet lag. And yeah, no, it didn't last. It didn't last over a week. Now everyone's jet lag may be different, obviously, but like when I had jet lag, it was like got off the plane, got out of the airport, went to the hotel, and was like, damn, that bed looks extraordinarily comfortable, and just fucking fell asleep for way too long. Just like, out. Just out. Jet lagged. Boom, out. It's like we're living in the new world of just like the most stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. It gets proclaimed. And then within just days, the stupidest shit that I just heard proclaimed gets blown the fuck out by just reality, which should have been, you know, the original situation of just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just wild to watch. And then you know, without missing a beat, I watched the Joe Rogan episode, which just reminds me of all this crazy shit that we went through a few years ago. It's just like, I wonder at what point it's like, well, after that one, I'm not sure I'm totally going to believe you anymore. Like, how much absolute ridiculous garbage happens before people just like, nah, I'm good. I don't think I need to listen to that crap anymore. It's just so crazy to me. Who are these people making these decisions? Like, good luck. I wish everybody the best of luck. These are some... I mean, they don't smell bad, so they are some sad taters. Potatoes. think today we're going to stick the potatoes straight in the air fryer with no... Like that looks like there's just something like going to explode out of it. Is this my imagination? Yeah. Looked like there was like something living in there. I don't know what they do to potatoes these days, but like they figured something out. Some magical way just to screw a potato up. Whatever. Okay. Well, we got the potatoes peeled. That is, I guess that's what you'd call progress. The first step in the multi-step process has been achieved. Let's get a little coffee in the host. Today we're going with the sorry no hablo fucktardo because that seems more than appropriate. Unfortunately, it's not exactly true because I apparently I'm fluent based on the amount of times I've had to interact with the fucktardos of the world that I do actually understand and can communicate in pure native fucktardo. That is some solid good times there. Ready to half and half out, please. God, I was scrolling through some shit the other day and like, I didn't watch the video because I didn't want to see it, but like, apparently there's a video of a dude celebrating Independence Day, all geared up in like patriotic-esque colored clothes, and he put what I can only assume would be an artillery-style firecracker on his hat. Oops, just spilled that everywhere. Lit it and proceeded to die from an explosion of a firework on his head. And there's supposed to be a video of it, and I was like, dude, I don't want to watch a dude do that. Like, I don't even want a dude to do that, let alone watch it, but it was just like, that's the world we live in now. It's not bad enough that an absolute, and I can only call a guy a dipshit because that's something a dipshit would do, would be to put a firecracker on their head that's large enough to kill yourself. But not only do we live in a world where there's dipshits that would do something like that, we live in a world where someone would film a dipshit doing that. Now, I would think you would say to the person, hey, don't light that firecracker on top of your head. As opposed to, hey, make sure the lighting's good. But, you know, what do I know? I'm going to rinse these off because they feel kind of, like they got a little grit on them. 1 second here. That magic potato grit. Oh, okay. Yeah, those are some sad potatoes. Potatoes, why are you so sad? Yeah, it's just like, my God. Although in the same token, I have witnessed people that I know do some absolute stupid shit right in front of my eyes. I mean, just like, what? You couldn't ask them, what were you thinking? Because they obviously weren't thinking. But then you got to realize, I think this is probably half the problem that the whole world is experiencing. Is like, by default, a human being, which most of us are, literally, and when I say literally, I don't mean figuratively, I mean literally, knows nothing. Everybody knows nothing until you are informed, shown the way, educated, learned from experience, or by, I don't even know, osmosis. So if you don't want to, like, so apparently that guy that put the firecracker on his head, no one ever explained to him, it's like, hey, bud, there's going to be a warning on the firecracker. I mean, generally it's an accurate warning, but you may consider it, and it'll tell you what not to do. But don't ever explain to that guy, so he's like, well, I'm going to put it on my head. That's a great idea. or no one ever said, hey, you know, when you're going to use explosives, you're going to blow a part of your body off, start with your head as the thing you don't want to blow off because you're going to need that. Like, you could lose your hand, your finger, fuck your arm. It's not going to be easy, but you could still get by. You could lose your legs, your feet. I've seen people lose both legs. You know, it's possible. It's not easy. But the one thing that you can't lose your fucking head. If you lose your head, that's you. Like, the body doesn't work without the head. I mean, I don't think we're quite to the point where they put your head in a jar and you can still be a head in a jar, but like, you're going to need your head. So like, don't put the fireworks on your head, kids. If you're going to do something stupid, pick a different body part to injure. Don't do the head. You're going to want the head. The head's important. That's where the thoughts are. That's where the bad decisions are made. And it's just like, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to put a firecracker on my head. It's like, oh, okay, well, problem solved. And that's terrible, and that family lost somebody, and that's just like, the whole thing is just crazy. But like, I mean, because no one pulled that dude aside at any point in his life. It's like, yo, you shouldn't do that. You know, like I said, I didn't watch the video, but like 100% guarantee drugs and alcohol involved. And I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do drugs and alcohol when you shoot fireworks off, because you might make a bad decision, like set one on your head and blow your fucking head off, kill yourself. Surprise! Surprise! Now, I'm not going to say I'm innocent of ever having some alcohol in my system while shooting a firework off. It happens. 4th of July is a fun holiday and things get wild. But God almighty. Don't put the firework on your head, kids. And while I got you here, as we're doing public service announcement, don't stick your head over the tube to see if the firework's going to go off, because you know what might happen? It might go off. You don't put your head over the firework. That's another one. You're not going to want to do that, because that involves that rule again about your head. Remember your head? Putting your head involved, you're going to want to keep that good to go. Because what's in your head is your eyes for seeing, you know, the air part that goes in for breathing. That's all attached to your head. Whatever. It's just, I feel bad. But then I mean, do I feel bad? I mean, I suppose that guy he was too big to grow up and cure something. Maybe he was going to grow up and cure stupidity, right? You know, he was going to invent a vaccine that cured stupidity, right? Okay. And we all missed out on that because of that firework situation, which is a tragedy. So unfortunately, stupidity will not be cured anytime soon, due to the fact that the potential inventor of the stupidity vaccine accidentally shot a firework off his head, and he didn't make it. Well, it happens. It just seems like, honest to Christ, I bet all the crazy shit you see on video now has always been happening. It's probably not actually any worse than it's ever been. The only difference is like now it's all on video. Like, it's just nonstop being recorded. And a lot of that shit has just been, man, I saw the craziest thing the other day, and then people are like, whoa, that's crazy. And then it's like, okay, well, let's get back to the salt mine. You know, like, oh, that was crazy. I was at the salt mine the other day, and the ceiling collapsed, and everybody died. Oh, that's crazy. Well, got to get back to the salt mine. Okay. Whatever. I'm trying to think of what's fun. What's fun that's happening? I woke up this morning, and my glasses are broken. That's fun. The hinge on my glasses apparently was made by a person who sells glasses frames for a living. It was like, hey, let's not make this substantial at all. So that's broken. So I'm pretty excited about that. I do have a backup pair, which, you know, that's fine. But the only problem is once you start wearing your backup pair, you don't have anymore. You don't have a backup pair. Once you're into your backup pair, that's your backup pair. So I got my glasses taped together right now. And I'll probably just wear them taped, because it's not that bad. See, this is what broke. See this little hinge thing right here? How that goes into the plastic? Yeah, this side, it just popped out. Like that just slid right out of the thing. And it's like, it's held in by the smallest little piece of plastic inside. It's like they got it hot and then they set this thing in there and it's like, really? That's how you embedded that hinge? Like, okay, well, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, won't be fooled again. Or something to that effect. If you're doing presidential quotes. I mean, whatever. Just, I should have, like, when I got these glasses, they made them for me and they handed them to me and I held them in my hand and the temple fell off. I'm not even making that up. It just fell off in my hand. And I was like, that's not good. And they go, oh, we've never seen that before. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to call you a liar, but I can't imagine you've never seen a temple fall off a pair of glasses before. But, you know, give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. We've never seen that before. I'm just like, oh, God. Whatever. Whatever. Just give them the old whatever. That's all I can do. Give them the old whatever. See, what I don't know is how good are my backups. I've never worn my backups. Are my backups just going to fall, when I open them up, are they going to fall apart in my hand? Because, like, I think the way it worked at the place that I went to, which, I mean, I think is horse shit, but, you know, I don't sell glasses for a living. They have the glasses on display, right, on the old wall there for everybody and their grimy little fingers to look at and twist. And then those are the ones they sell you. And as soon as the ones come off the shelf, they put your lenses in there, and then they pull a brand new pair out and they put them on the shelf. That's how it works. I don't know if you knew that or not. The ones on display aren't on display and then going in a dumpster at the end of the month. No, those are the ones you're buying. You get those. Those are yours. And then a brand new pair comes out and goes on display. And that's why when they pulled my, and they just broke in my hand, I was like, well, apparently someone broke them and then put them back on the display. They're kind of like, yeah, maybe. And I was like, oh, fun. That's perfect. I need to put oil on these, I think. Let's oil these up. The old spray bottle. So that's different. The old broken, yeah, whatever. I think is that what I'm doing? Yeah, we're doing this. Hello. Something is not working. I believe my oil is defunctified. That trigger was not depressing, which is slightly depressing. Well, we just use the old pour bottle. Let's see if maybe, will the pour bottle pour? How do I pour just a little bit of mist on this? How do I do that? Oh, yeah, that's not working at all, is it? Yep, that happened. All right. So what else is going on in the world? Oh, yeah, so this is good. I don't know if I can tell the whole story because otherwise people get mad at me. I ended up getting a screw in my tire on whatever day, Wednesday. Kind of sucked. But, ooh, going through some changes. My voice is cracked. But, as I've said in the past, and I'll say always, you can take your tire to Discount Tire, and they will fix a hole in your tire by pulling the tire off, plug and patching and rebalancing your tire for $0. Assuming, and I learned this is something I just learned recently, assuming your tire is not more than 10 years old, the tread is within the parameters that they deem safe to be on the road, and the damage to the tire is in fact repairable. If it doesn't do those things, then you're out of luck. I don't think I told well, it doesn't matter. I can't tell all my stories because people will be like, what the hell are you doing? All right. I think I'm just going to throw these in the bottom of this thing because I feel like feel like I need this sprayer to work. God damn it. Like, why is it not going? Is this clogged? Let's take this tip out. Oh yeah, it's clogged. What a mess. Like, what's the thing about oil and water mixing? So somehow this is all clogged up. My hands are 100% coated in oil. What do we do now? Hot water? Is that the answer? Sorry. I know there's good videos and then there's the ones that I make. I really don't know what I'm looking to try to solve here with this hot water, but for some reason that seems like the proper solution. Whatever. I mean, what does that mean when your oil thing is clogged? Is that time to do something? What do you do? It's cleaned, perhaps? There's just oil everywhere. Well, at least the oil sprayer is well lubricated now, right? We don't have to worry about any oxidation forming. Yeah, that is just fucking clogged nuts. Oh, nice work. All right, I'm about to rage. I'm about to lose my shit. I just shot oil into the frame of my fucking air fryer. Ah, okay. That's fun. Well, now I got something to do later. I don't even know what that even means, but I mean, how old is this oil? Is this going to be like just rancid? That's clogged too. Everything's clogged. Okay. Things are looking up. So how... Okay. I thought it'd be really nice just to put a little layer of oil on the bottom of the air fryer before I started, you know, because that just seems like something that, you know, would be responsible. A responsible person may consider doing. But apparently all my oil aerosol sprayers decided to put a firework on top of their head and shoot it off because reasons. Okay. No. I think we're going with... I want to pack it. Oh, God. Here we go. And launch. Power. Where's the potato shape? Let's go with that. We got a shake involved. Let's do it. What the hell? Someone's backing up? 9:46 Sunday morning. Someone's got a goddamn backup beeper going. Hold, please. Fuck. I just keep forgetting that I have neighbors whose children are in some sort of a program that apparently involves the public school buses on Sunday morning. I don't even understand what that is. What the hell is going on? And of course, the public school bus has to back into my driveway to turn around. So that's what that was. I had a school bus in my driveway just now, doing something with neighbor kids on a Sunday because how else would it be? Okay. Let's have some cherries. I feel like I should make the attempt at the apple juice. Anybody else feeling that way? Based on how well everything's going. It's a little humid today. The old concentrate. Oh, this is that's weird. The lid of this apple juice says the product is made from apples that come from Brazil and the Ukraine, which is kind of strange. I believe it's good till June 14th of 25. So, Old Orchard's apples are coming from South America and Europe. That's the world we live in now, is where you can get apples shipped over the ocean to make... Okay, I don't even know what to say anymore. Just like, are you goddamn kidding me? Do we not have enough apples in America to make fruit juice in America? We gotta have European apples, okay? Those are war apples? God damn. What's wrong with the world? It cannot... I don't understand it. How can it be more affordable? It doesn't make any sense. I don't... It literally cannot be... Like, I don't even think if the apples were free, it could be cheaper. You got to get it from Europe to here. How much, like... You feel like, hey, we're going to give you free apples with a dollar bill taped to every apple. I still don't think it could be cheaper. How could it be? Oh, I just think I used the warm water. God damn it, I did. Not the warm water, the one I just filled. Okay, that's gonna be less, not as cool as it could be. I mean, whatever. I mean, the world works different than I think. I know that for a fact, because, like, I got a rough idea what it costs just for me to, like, go to the grocery store. You know, I have to maintain vehicle, I have to fuel vehicle, I have to insure vehicle, I have to man vehicle. You know, I must drive the vehicle, so there has to be a person involved. You know, how can you get apples across the ocean for less money than apples cost to grow in America? It doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. What kind of apples are we getting in these here concentrates? Whatever. Oh, I can't worry about that shit. I mean, at least we're not getting communist fucking apples yet. I mean, there's that. I'm sure that's coming soon. Communist apples. I feel like the potatoes need to be looked at. Okay, they're making some sounds. Now here's the question: do you stir the potatoes? I feel like I've stirred in the past and it didn't work out. We're gonna go with no stir. No stir, dumbass. Dumbahoos. Okay. Should we try some of these foreign apples in juice form? I mean, I'm trying to think, like, I mean, what's next? They're gonna be like, well, the water that's in your pipes, we're gonna ship that over from overseas, because why would you drink local water in the pipes? Or sorry, why would you flush? You mean water in the toilet? Yeah. Just. I mean, I would think that if you're doing like import apple juice, by default, due to the nature of the process of getting the apples to the mainland here, that those would have to be like fancy, like, ooh la la, you got European apple juice. Oh, is that going to be in a glass bottle and it's going to cost? No. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. It may not be for me to get though. All right, we got the small griddle today. Let's start warming that up. Cook a couple eggs on that. That'll be fun. So I did get my tire fixed. That's cool. Told me they'd call me when it was ready. Now that never happened. Instead, what they did is they sent me a text message as I was walking out the door back to my. It's like the way I do a flat tire. If I can get the car back to my house, is I take the tire off, I prepare the tire, I locate the hole in the tire. That way, I know that there's a pretty good chance it's going to get sorted out. And then I take the tire, put it in my other vehicle, and I take it to the place. And I just hand them a tire. Like, here's my tire. So you don't have to fuck my car up. You don't have to cross my threads. You don't have to ruin anything. Even the point where I learned I take the center caps off because that's a problem. So I take my center caps off, so they're ready to go. Take the valve cover off, that's ready to go. Everything's ready to go. So they sent me a text message. And it says, here's a link. Here's a link. And the link says that you were just here and you dropped something off. And I thought to myself, well, isn't that convenient? They took time out of their day to send me a message that says, what you just did. And I appreciated that. I think it said, check back in for further updates. And I'm thinking, oh, that's what I'm going to do, is keep checking this link. Well, after a bunch of hours of not getting called, I decided to check the link. Turns out the tire was fixed in less than an hour. And they just never called because there was a link that would tell me that it was done as long as I checked it. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of assumptions being made in the world as of late. A lot of assumptions. And I'm not sure how I feel about these assumptions. Like, one of the assumptions is that, like, A, you're interested in checking the link. That's an assumption. B, you've got a device that's able to connect to where the link is located. That's an assumption that they just assume that you're participating in that. I don't know, whatever. The click and the link thing is turning into how I feel email is, and I know that's a controversial opinion to have. Because I know everyone thinks email is like, you know, that's email, man. What are you talking about? It's email. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't know how much you know about email. But if you're, well, depends on how you look at the world. It used to be a conspiracy. Here's what the conspiracy used to be. The conspiracy used to be email was not to be trusted for security due to the fact that they can read your email. That was a conspiracy. And if you're, I don't know, naive, or stupid or you don't get it, you'd say, that's not true. We got the Constitution. Your searches and seizures are illegal. Fourth Amendment. And while all that is true, it doesn't prevent them from reading your email. And the reason I know this to be a fact is because of a gentleman named Edward Snowden proved it. That's why I don't use email for anything. Like don't be like, oh, I contacted you. That's like email is about as official as smoke signals, in my opinion. Yep, you can send me a smoke signal. Am I gonna look at it? Not necessarily. I might. Am I gonna respond to it? Probably not. Because I don't think email is an official way to do anything, due to the fact it's a goddamn fucking joke. It's just a goddamn joke. I mean, oh man, I mean, you sound like a cynic, but like, ooh, how are those looking? We're gonna not turn it back on. I mean, you got to realize, like, it's really hard for them, let me use air quotes, to look at your letters that go through the mail. That's hard to do. It's really hard to do. Therefore, they convinced everybody to stop sending letters in the mail and to use email because it's really easy to look at an email. In fact, it's the same as looking at your hand. All you have to do is look. That's why everything's email and not sent through regular mail. I had a conversation with a lawyer friend one time about that. I was like, dude, you send your, I asked the person, I said, you send your clients shit through email? Oh yeah. And I was like, oh my God, dude, like, you know that's not private. Oh yeah. And it almost got heated for a second. Then I realized, well, I'm not going to argue this because I'm not arguing anything other than how it actually is. And I'm arguing with a person who doesn't understand how it is. And the reason that they didn't understand it is because and they even said this to me, and if you're watching, don't take offense. Their professor told them, they went to a university, and their professor told them that email was protected under the Fourth Amendment. Therefore, it was safe. And what apparently the professor didn't realize is the intelligence agencies of the planet Earth work together, and it's not illegal for Australia to look at your email. It's 100% not illegal. It's also not illegal for Australia to look at your email and tell them what your email says. See how that works? Problem solved. It's like, whoa, but whatever. No, this is all, I mean, I knew all about this before Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden came out and just said, yeah, they're looking at your shit, everything. It's like, well, that's crazy. I mean, for a while there was people putting little addendums to their email, said, this is private, secure, you can't read this. I was like, oh yeah, that'll work. Put a note on there to let them know, like, holy Christ. I mean, I think back in the day where they would steam the envelope to let like, I truly think it, like, this is going to make me sound like a super conspiracy theorist. Do y'all remember when they stopped, or they tried to change envelopes from lick 'em to seal 'em to the adhesive? Remember the adhesive? Your envelope would stick shut. And I'm pretty sure that stick shut is easily openable. I believe there's a process that you introduce to the envelope, and it allows that adhesive to come instantly undone. And then you can take whatever you want out, look at it, put it back in, and you close it, and then it goes right back to being sealed. Like, I'm not even making that up at all. It's just like, oh God. I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't got no shit that's going in the mail. It's just the principle of it, right? Like, I don't prescribe to you if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have to worry about it. I believe the opposite. I believe the less you're doing wrong, the more you need to worry about it. That's how I feel. I mean, it's like, turn that around. If they aren't doing anything wrong, then they shouldn't need to worry about it, right? Or shouldn't be looking into it, type of a deal. I mean, whatever. So, I don't even know how I got into email. But yeah, email's not real. I don't believe email. Shit's retarded. Oh, it's the text messaging. The assumptions that the tire shop has about me wanting to participate in their little game of check the internet when your tire's ready. And I get it, because the old way was they would have to have a guy call you and say your tire's ready. Well, that involves two things: a guy and a phone, as opposed to an automated system, which they obviously have, that is set up to, like, probably chart the progress of the employee's workday, where everything he's doing is micromanaged down to the quarter second. So he probably scans in when he starts the procedure, scans out when the procedure is complete. We're going to toast some bread real quick. I mean, whatever. Ooh, I think I got cheese now. Hold on. We're going to make a little cheese sandwich. I think cheese, egg, hash brown conglomeration. Got the mild cheddar cheese. I think, like, what else, like, exciting's happened. I promised somebody I would help them install what do you call it? I promised somebody I would help install a dash cam for somebody, and I did that over the weekend here. And it was just like, I don't know how to describe it exactly. I made a casual suggestion that we could do the install at my house, due to the fact that I have the equipment and the tools to do the work at my house, because that's how I am. To which I was told, no, that's not going to work. And that's okay. So I'm trying to get to the point in my life where I don't have to argue with everybody about everything that I say, which is most likely based in reality and the correct way to do it. But, I just can't argue at all. I went with I tried to convince the party involved that we should do the work at my house due to the orientation of my driveway and my garage, and the shade nature of us being able to work in the shade. You lead them with a carrot. Like, oh, hey, it's going to be more comfortable. We could do it like this. To which I was instantly told, no, we will move all the cars at the house where this person lives, rearrange them all, so we can park the car inside the garage and then work where we don't have any tools. To which I just, okay, I try to be real polite and try to get, you just try to guide people. No, whatever. So I go to the house to do the thing, and God almighty. We're going to hard line it in, which is a permanent install, and the way the instructions say to do it involve like crimp tools and just all this like consumer grade garbage way to do shit, which I don't do. I don't do crimp tools. Crimp tools are the wackest shit ever. I solder, I shrink tube, I hard, I get why the manufacturers do, oh, hey, get a crimp tool, because you could put a crimp tool in a chimpanzee's hand and they could probably figure out how to crimp a wire down, but you could ask me if that's the way to do it, and I would tell you that's a shit way to do it. Oh, it's crimp tool, that'd be fine, that'd be great. The old crimp. Nothing bad could happen, it's crimped. And it's like, okay, whatever. So anyways, we were soldering. I was like, well, I gotta solder this thing together. Proceed the soldering adventure for the day, and it was like, do you have a soldering iron? Yep. Do you have solder? Yep. Do you have flux? Nope. And it's like, what? You don't have any flux? Make sure this is aiming right. And I can't really tell you exactly where I learned how to solder, but when I did learn how to solder, one of the things I learned when I learned how to solder was there's things that you need to solder. And one of them is a soldering iron. The next thing you need is some solder, and the next thing you need is flux. And it was like, I don't have a goddamn flux. It's like, okay, well, you don't have flux. Well, it's going to make a shit solder joint because flux allows the solder to flow better, and it's just part of the process. It's just like one of the steps involved when you do the work. Well, we dug around, found some flux. Like when I say we found some flux, it was a tin of flux that was 99% empty, and there was some in the corner that wasn't even the color of flux anymore. It was like dirty bath water from like the Wild West after 12 people had taken a bath. Whatever. Hold, please. Oh, wow. That's crunchy. Well, I don't think I salted those potatoes. So like, I'm trying to solder two wires together, and it's like, well, the next thing you need when you're soldering, which is this is obviously optional, but if you don't live in a third world country and you're gainfully employed, the next thing you need in your solder kit is what's called helping hands. And what helping hands are, in a general sense, is two things that secure each wire so the wires don't move, so then you can just solder them. So I said, where's your helping hands? Because that's a question that is just like, you obviously would own some. Where are they? Comes back with helping hands, missing one of the helping hands. So grammatically, it's helping hand. But one hand's better than no hand, so I'm using the helping hand. Jesus Christ. Got that all sorted up. Go to do the install of the... Basically what you do is for this particular install, it was like, they wanted one fuse that was always on, and they wanted one fuse that was switched. And then when you use it was a dash cam, so when you use the dash cam in parking mode, it'd run power off the always on power. And there was a parameter that would stop using the power once the battery in the car got down so much, whatever. Got that sorted out. And then we needed a ground. You had to put a ground wire on it. And we're looking, oh, there's a bolt right there. Right there. Well, it's a foreign car, so it's obviously metric. No metric sockets. He's got metric wrenches. Well, I couldn't get a wrench in to like do it. Like there was no angle. It was like you had to come straight off the wall with an extension. Then you could. Nothing. No metric sockets. Just like, oh my God. Good times. If only we'd gone to my house to do the install, I would have just walked over to the toolbox and grabbed this. Yeah. Yep, indeed. Well, we got it all installed. It works pretty good. Oh, it's good times, though. It's good times. Good quality, fun times. I think what other amazing shit's happened. I think I finally got my garage cleaned. I feel like I've been trying to clean my garage for a year now. Like, I feel like as soon as the garage is clean, I just start trying to clean it again, and it never gets cleaned for like a year. But I finally got everything moved out and got the leaf blower in there and blew all the crap out. It ain't easy. I gotta get something done today too. I got so much shit I should be doing. I still need to clean gutters. I just don't want to do it. I think I might be getting ready to end the stream. Let's turn the camera around. If I can figure out where the button is. Hey! You look at my cabinets? Bunch of weirdos. Like every camera I own now, I always get a bloom. Like, is Apple doing a thing where they're like, hey, your camera's kind of old. We need see how it's all like, what is going on with that? Wow, that's a little better. My all my guitar videos, it looks like the room's full of smoke. It's like, I don't get it, dude. Like, I made a phone call the other day and like my speaker's done. Like the talk on a phone speaker on this thing is just like oh, that's fine. It's a holiday weekend, everyone's doing shit, but people watch the re-uploads. But yeah, like I'm like, I tried to call and like pay a bill and like I couldn't even, like it's just like, no, not gonna have a speaker anymore. It's like, oh, that's great. My laptop speakers are all blown out because Apple's like, it's been a while since you bought a laptop. Let's put a lifetime on your speakers that are just gonna crap. I mean, I've never heard of speakers just shitting out. I mean, I'm like big speakers, you turn them up too loud. Like, I've only had speakers in my life, like a regular speaker, stop being a speaker when you damage it. I've never heard of a speaker crapping out because of how many birthdays the speakers had. But apparently that's a thing now. So yeah, for like a good solid year now, like my laptop speakers are just fucking smoked. They just sound like I don't know, unlistenable. Like the anything with any bass at all, just like it was just like, oh, like I literally had to bring in this thing. I have to use this to listen to my computer now, just any audio at all, because the speakers are so garbled. And I looked into like, oh, I could buy new speakers for my laptop. They sell them. But the speakers, once again, much like the power supply part that I had to fix, it's like the first thing they installed. So you have to take the whole laptop has to come apart. Every single part. 100%. And it's like, it's a 10-year-old laptop. I don't know if I'm actually going to put speakers in one of them because in true Apple fashion, they've decided that if a computer's that old, it's just not going to be up to the task of going on the internet. So I'm starting to get like, sorry, you can't go on the internet because your computer's too old. And it's like, okay, so that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. I got to get a new laptop, which I'm pretty excited about. And my phone now. The speaker on my phone is crapped, which is pretty exciting. I mean, I've had the microphone's been crap for a while because I've noticed like on certain recording. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that's a software thing because like I've noticed these live streams. Like right now, I'm using the camera on the screen side, and the audio I'm pretty sure is fine. And when I record the main live stream, I'm using the other camera, and the audio is pretty good. But when I use the camera function, I don't get any audio on this direction at all. Zero audio. It's just dead. No audio. No microphone. Or it's really crappy. So it's software. It's not the physical microphone. It's the software, which I'm sure they're doing because it's like, you know, that phone's not 1 year old. You probably need a new one. Let's make the recordings shit, and then you'll be like, oh, my thing's broke. I got to get a new one, right? It's like, okay. So that's pretty fun. You know, on the scale of 0 fun to complete fun, it may be complete fun plus 1, which is a lot of fun. Whatever. Yeah. All right. I made my hour. If you caught it live, thanks for tuning in. If you caught the re-upload, it's almost as fun as being live. If you missed the whole thing, you'll never know. Whatever. Me and my broken tape glasses. Just gonna live the best life we can. Happy post-Independence Day. I believe the year's half over. In case you can't get that wrapped around your head, that's pretty frightening. All right. Stay safe. Thumbs up. Do something good. Until next time. Peace.